it's really just a wrap in terms of this particular occasion. But it's been quite a very heartwarming moment, really, for the families, really having that closure, but also a sense of gratitude, really, as you know that it's won't end here, as the mortal remains are being taken to the one military hospital. Then a very important occasion will be around their very thorough process around the DNA, around the verification. As you know that the number that they had really targeted is around 49, but subsequently they were able to bring about 42 remains. Quite a number of prominent South Africans from all walks of life, whether you're looking at politics, you're looking at art, the likes of Todd Matshikiza, the likes of Duma Noko, the former ANC Secretary General. In fact, I'm going to see if my colleague Taba can move with me, because I want to speak to one of the guests here with us, a very important person. When you talk about fighting against apartheid, when you're talking about the issue of really housing the freedom fighters, Kate, she was based in Zimbabwe, and she really had quite a very important opportunity of making sure that they were able to look after the freedom fighters. But also what was really incredible, Mfundo, was listening to the testimonies from the families. You're really talking about a very pivotal role that had been played by the National Prosecuting Authorities Missing Task Team, how they were able to show compassion, the sense of humility, but also being very thankful to the frontline states for making sure that they are able to look after the South Africans, especially because it was not a very easy thing to do, especially given the fact that they had to really house the freedom fighters in light of a very terrible period where there were constant cross-border raids by the SADF. So a clear undertaking as well from the South African government, where they say that this is not just, this process will not end here, but they will go to so many countries, the likes of Angola, Tanzania, and many others as well. In fact, going as far as Russia. I mean, who would forget just a couple of years ago those remarkable moments when the mortal remains of J.B. Marks, Moses Kotane, were brought back here in South Africa all the way from Russia. So this is really just coming into full circle. But for South Africa as well, it's all about collaboration with these countries, where they do forge partnership, where they also use the diplomatic channels really to engage. So we're waiting for Mama Kate. She has a lot to share with us, and really off air we're talking to her. She used to house so many South Africans in exiles, and for her this is such a very important moment because one of her son-in-laws has been brought back in South Africa. In fact, we're going to speak to her. Kate, thank you so much indeed, and welcome to SABC News. Just your feeling, your thought at such a critical moment.
Yeah. When the plane landed, I was actually in tears. Our memories were brought back of the day my daughter called to say, Mama, my daughter is late. It was in the morning, I remember. My daughter is late? Yes. Immediately I went to join her. She was in Bulawayo. But God being there and us as believers, we really stuck to our beliefs. And my family was very supportive. They all came. We handled my daughter's funeral for 7 days, the Ramushu family in Bulawayo. Then after that, we moved to Harare, where eventually got buried. Mary, moving to Harare, it was not nice. And we managed. Bongi was there. The wife was Spongile. My daughter's wife was Spongile Ramushu. She was there with the baby. And it didn't take long. My uncles are the ones who were conducting my daughter funeral.
Mama, tell us about the process, going to Zimbabwe, identifying the grave, exhumation, and now it's this leg. Now the mortal remains are finally back in the country.
I was never consulted. I wasn't in touch with the Miolis, neither were they in touch with me. So, like I said, I saw it on the news this morning, and immediately I contacted her husband, who said, Mama, I have also just been informed I'm coming, and the process started. Otherwise, I've just seen the Miolis here.
Are you looking forward to the homecoming Friday? The president is going to officiate, and also there's a solidarity that the families have created there. I was seeing, this solidarity inside the marquee just behind us.
Yeah, I am looking forward to it. Friday, let Friday come and we close the chapter. I don't know, I didn't even have time to consult with them about the burial place, whether they're taking him to Cape Town or what is going to happen. But his daughter, the daughter with my daughter, is coming tomorrow. Ke Khomotso Ramushu. Yes.
Okay, Meg Cates, thank you so much indeed for that story. So a lot of testimonies here, Bongi and Fundo, really so many South African families who are really enthralled by this particular day. But there is a sense of relief, really, that finally their loved ones are here. Others were saying, look, we used to go to Lusaka to go and see the grave, but finally we're going to have a moment where the grave will be really close to us. Some families are yet to identify the areas where their loved ones will be buried, because it's still going to be a very thorough process around the verification, but also making sure that they have an opportunity to call other family members, because others, they're scattered all over the world. But well, it's been quite a very important day, especially in the history of South Africa, as the country is coming to terms with its past in terms of making sure that those who are buried outside of its borders, they are brought back, and really just for the families to get that all-important closure. So with that, back to you guys in studio.
Kailihle, thank you very much for that reportage. That's SABC News reporter Kailihle Khumalo out in the Waterkloof Air Force Base.